Hey Sass Squad, I'm gonna have a short video here today covering the Fossil Cup. So I've been running this ABB line in the form of Escavalier, Gyarados with Dragon Breath, and Jellicent. And it's been working really good. Even with all the current states of lag, I still went on it was like 20 wins, 5 losses, and some of those losses were due to the lag in the game currently. But yeah, let's just jump into some of these battles. I'm just gonna show you like 2 sets of battles today. One's a 4-1, which is my very first set, and then a 5-0 from the stream yesterday. I do think this team is really, really good with how frequently we're going to be seeing Swampert and such. But yeah, so we're actually going to try to get off an Acid Spray here on this Jellicent before we switch out, because we know Dragon Breath Gyarados is going to be a nice threat to this Jellicent. And yeah, at this point, we're kind of just... we want to make sure we shield at least the Shadow Ball, but they make a great call and bait us with Bubble Beam twice. Like, really smart. In comes the Ferrothorn. I'm going to just try to get a shield, but more than likely it would have been smarter just to throw the Crunch to try to get a defense drop too, because they are not going to shield more than likely with that attack drop. And we do chunk away a decent amount, but I should have definitely gone double Crunch here. But now we have Farm Down for Escavalier, and this is very interesting because this is a scenario where we could probably just win the game. This is insane because I actually catch a pup here on the switch, and that means they will not be able to get to a Shadow Ball before they get farmed down by Hex because of the defense drop. And yeah, that's pretty much game there on the first one. Even though I was behind shields, even if they throw a Power Whip at this point, we will be able to take it to the face because of the attack drop. And we can just Bubble Beam again and farm down. Yeah, so I just wanted to share this team because I feel like this is a really strong team in Fossil, and I gained like 200 elo or something just running this yesterday. I'm gonna try to get in my sets today. I'm just so busy with work, and I don't know, I just fell asleep last night. I did not wake up until like an hour ago, and I'm trying to record this before I head into work today. And later tonight, me and my girlfriend are actually gonna be heading out to see some dub reggae played live down in Echo Park, so I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, we got Credilli here. We know we could take... we're hoping they're just going to throw Grass Knot, because we know we can at least tank one move. Thankfully, that's what they do. We got a little bit more chip damage with Dragon Breath. I had a feeling they were just going to throw Stone Edge, but I also figured that'd be quite okay, because we're still going to live it. We want to at least just like farm it down. In comes their Jellicent. I'm gonna just not shield, thinking they're gonna just throw a Bubble Beam, and that's pretty much what they do. I'm gonna switch in my Jellicent now, and we're pretty much in a mirror, but I do have shield advantage, which fortunately for us, they do try to throw a Shadow Ball on the first one, which means we're in a pretty good position to kind of like outpace this Jellicent. So here I was like, this is more likely a Bubble Beam, but it's probably a little bit better just to shield regardless. Then we end up seeing this Lucario here in the back line, which is a little scary, but fortunately for us, we make a great sack swap here. We just switch it right on the Shadow Ball into Escavalier, and we can farm down Lucario, and then we just throw a Shadow Ball, and that will be the game. Yeah, I think Double Water is a very good strategy. I've seen some people running a similar line, and some people even running the similar line, but running Pelipper over Gyarados. I just think Gyarados is a pretty good safe swap in this meta. Like, one of the reasons why I was running this team, I was talking to Gucci Gang. He's one of our faction members, and yeah, I was saying how I wanted to run Escavalier Double Water, but I think I was planning on running Pelipper and Swampert originally, but he was telling me how he's running Gyarados and Jellicent, and I'm assuming this is a popular line because I've seen other people running it too. But yeah, this line's really good. Like, it definitely is really solid. I should have gotten a few more 5-0s even yesterday, but the lag in the game, apparently, like, someone in my faction was trying to say that there's some glitch in the game that when a raid egg hatches while you're in the middle of a battle, it kicks you out of the battle. Which, I don't know how people figure that out, but that's crazy that there's any correlation between a raid egg hatching, and then you get kicked out of your GVL battle. It's so odd. Yeah, but The reason why I'm running Acid Spray on Escavalier is because more than likely your opponent's gonna shield the drill run, and in those scenarios where they try to switch to like a flyer of some sort, we're gonna catch them with an Acid Spray, and we're gonna switch in Dragon Breath and just farm down. Or even in like the Lucario or Mirror, like if they shield the Acid Spray, we're still gonna outpace with counters. I mean, honestly, against Lucario, you really don't even need the shield. Unless you know they're going to throw Shadow Ball, and you don't really need to throw energy, you just farm down Lucario with Escavalier. But yeah, nicely done by this opponent, by the way. I should have paid attention and narrated that, but GG's. I just got caught up in the story. We did have a loss in this set, but yeah, so in this match, we're going to pretty much just go straight crunches here on Pelipper. They're going to switch out to their Ferrothorn, and pretty much we have to stay in and just throw crunches because we are trapped in. But this is quite okay. We already weakened their Pelipper a lot for Escavalier. We're going to just take whatever move they throw, and then we'll bring in Escavalier here on Ferrothorn and just farm it down for energy. Even if they want to throw a Thunder on Escavalier, that's quite okay. We're going to just take it to the face. We're not really concerned about it. And we'll just have some energy for this Pelipper. So I think right when Pelipper comes in, I don't switch out right away, but I will commit one shield, and now I'm going to switch. And it ends up being the Lucario here in the back. So instead of going straight Shadow Ball, I thought it might be better for us to just nuke it with Bubble Beams, because in this scenario, if we even like mispredict the Shadow Ball, we will be in a pretty good position to tank at least one of them. But yeah, they throw a Shadow Ball, we do make a great call, we shield that Shadow Ball, and we're going to keep farming down with Jellicent here, and keep throwing Bubble Beams, because the more we nerf its attack, we're not really concerned. So yeah, it really worked out in our favor here. They can't even get to a move safely at this point, and they throw Power Up Punch. In comes the Pelipper, we're just going to go straight Shadow Ball and knock it out, and that will be the game. There's no moves it has loaded that can hurt Jellicent. It has to go straight Hurricane to do really anything. So we get another Pelipper lead here, and I'm going to switch out to Gyarados, and in comes the Jellicent. We're going to throw a Crunch right away. Really great situation for us. If we get a defense drop, even better. But a lot of times, I'm like, I always feel like it's important to shield this Shadow Ball, and they end up throwing Bubble Beam. Good call on their end, but because that's the case, we're just going to throw this Aqua Tail in hopes that they want to commit a shield to win switch. But what I'll do is I'm going to actually just commit double shield so I guarantee to win switch, because Pelipper is not necessarily our best matchup here if we lose alignment. So fortunately for us, we are able to get like a defense drop here too. They can't knock out. We get a little bit of chip damage. We're going to bring in Jellicent. They're going to have to throw a Hurricane, but crazy enough, like, I switched to Escavalier there, sneaking a counter before they finished their wing attack, and they died with all that energy. So I ended up going 4-1 this very first set. That was my very first time running this team and playing Fossil Cup, so I thought that was pretty cool. We didn't have any lag issues, fortunately, during that first set. So I remember yesterday there was a lot of tweets and stuff going around talking about the issues in GBL. But of course, I just ignored it and went live anyways. But here's our last set of the video. So we get a Lucario lead. In comes the Shadow Swampert. So in this scenario, I think we have to shield, and it's probably smarter too here. And I'm going to just throw Acid Spray, assuming they're going to want to shield the drill run. And that's pretty much exactly what happens. And we can farm down with Dragon Breath rather easy now that they're at a minus defense. And we can tank the Hydro, and we'll have energy stored up. They end up bringing in Jellicent here, which is pretty good for us because we have energy stored up. We're going to throw a Crunch right to its face. They end up switching in Lucario here, which I wasn't really sure what their goal was to do this, but dang, those Aqua Tails really chunk away still. And at this point, I wasn't really concerned because I was going to bring Escavalier and not shield, and then just if I died to a Shadow Ball or whatever. They actually have close combat, which I was not expecting. But I was okay with that. Like, I just wanted to bring in Jellicent and pretty much get like a little bit of an energy lead. The main problem with this is I can't really safely throw a Shadow Ball, so I'm just going to throw a Bubble Beam knowing that at this point, even if they throw a Shadow Ball, I would be able to take it to the face. And we are going to outpace to the second Bubble Beam, and it actually just knocks him out, which is pretty clutch. Alright, so in this next battle, we end up getting a Skarmory lead, and that's not good, so we're going to safe swap the Gyarados. I always safe swap the Gyarados, I feel as if. And even though they brought in the Ferrothorn, they're going to have to throw a Thunder to knock out Gyarados. We're just going to try to get up some chip damage here with Crunch. It's quite okay. And they're going to throw Thunder here just to make sure they remove, because a Power Whip will not knock me out. So now I'm going to bring in Escavalier and just go straight for a farm down and try to have energy. The thing about what I do here next though, not necessarily the best call. Yeah, we can take a Thunder, that's fine. We end up throwing a move on Skarmory. I mean, I guess if I threw Drill Run, that would have been maybe okay, but I should have just saved that energy, honestly, and insta-swapped. We're going to go for straight Bubble Beams here on Lucario just because it will do enough chip damage, and it does kind of like negate the Shadow Balls. We're going to shield the very first one, though. We don't want it to be taking that much damage. So we're going to try to keep nerfing this Lucario's attack. I think I actually just double shield Lucario if it goes for another move. Okay, it doesn't even make it. So now that we have Skarmory in here, we're going to throw the Bubble Beam, and at this point, we should be in a pretty good scenario. So I'm going to actually... I think I end up wanting to shield and go for the Acid Spray here, because I figured there was really no way the Skarmory was going to be able to take out Jellicent fast enough with all the defense, with all the attack drops. And fortunately for us, that is kind of the case. Like, they will be at another Sky Attack, but fortunately, because we throw out this Bubble Beam, they're not going to be able to knock out. I think they're going to try to get a Brave Bird off or something, but they don't make it to it. So GG's to them. Alright, in this next battle, we get a great lead in the form of Registeel. They bring in the Jellicent. Again, I'm getting really like risky throwing these acid sprays, but like it pays off sometimes. Like, look at that. A Drill Run would have been pretty nice to just get off there, just to get up some residual damage, but I really didn't even need to stay in. I could have just insta-swapped realistically. But, excuse me, I knew that was a Bubble Beam, so I just didn't shield, and I knew I was going to get to the Crunch. And fortunately for me, that just completely worked out so good in our favor. In comes the Reggie, and we have shield advantage, which is pretty good. I have to shield the Zap Cannon, but yeah, I'm gonna stay in, throw the Drill Run, just try to get off as much damage as I possibly can. I don't think they shield this. Okay, they do shield it. In comes Poliwrath, but then we bring in Jellicent, and there's nothing Poliwrath has that can hit Jellicent really, so they're just gonna top left. GG. In this next match, we get a Lucario lead. Really good scenario for us. Like I said, it's pretty obvious when they're gonna throw the pup, so we're just not gonna shield it, and we're gonna farm it down. Oh, okay. In this match, this is before I learned how to play this better. Like, I realized when I did that, like, there's really no point in throwing a move. Like, yes, Drill Run would have knocked out, but we could have just saved all of our energy and threw like Acid Spray on Pelipper, for example, there, and then came in a little bit more threatening, got off a little bit more chip damage before they switch out. But yeah, like definitely like the Escavalier versus Lucario, if you can predict the pup, you don't shield and you farm down, you don't waste your energy at all. It's a really basic matchup, but yeah, like it doesn't really matter in this matchup, fortunately, but excuse me, it's definitely a lot smarter to preserve your energy with Escav if you get that Lucario matchup. So yeah, we're gonna be able to come in here, we're gonna get an Acid Spray, fortunately up on this Pelipper, and that will pretty much just be game. We're gonna bring in Jellicent, and they probably thought we were going to bring in Gyarados, so they are throwing a Weather Ball. We already knew that was Weather Ball. There's really nothing we have to do here, and they're just going to quit, knowing that they're not going to be able to probably outsmart. Especially if I get a Bubble Beam off, Hurricane's not even going to kill at that point. So we end up getting a Melmetal lead, they switch into Lucario, and because we're faster energy-wise, I just figured I'm going to throw a move, and they end up shielding the Acid Spray. Again, a little spicy to throw Acid Spray here if they don't shield. I thought it was going to be a pup, but they actually did have the Shadow Ball, which obviously if they had it, they're going to throw it. I just kind of miscalculated there. But the biggest downfall is if this Melmetal will have Thunderbolt over just Rock Slide Superpower. And seeing that it had Rock Slide, I was pretty confident it was Superpower Rock Slide, so now I knew I can kind of just go straight Shadow Balls here. I'm not really that afraid of this Melmetal as I thought I was. So fortunately for us, we're able to still pull off this win safely, even though I kind of made a bad call on not shielding that Shadow Ball, because Escavalier was just so powerful against this line. In comes a Swampert. We're going to get off a Bubble Beam just to weaken its attack a little more. But then I think I Insta-swap here to Gyarados, knowing that we can just kind of deal with it. So GG's to that trainer. Well played. Alright. So that's a 5-0 I did yesterday, but I had so many good battles. I gained so much ELO running this team. I just wanted to share it with you here if you want to try this out. I'm sure. Let me know if you run this team and it helps you get some more ELO or some consistent wins. But yeah, the lag in the game right now is just so bad. Also, consider liking, commenting, subscribing. It really does help my content reach a wider audience here on YouTube. And with that being said, the Sass Squad's getting stronger each and every day. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're tuning in. And I'll catch you in the next one.